Today we're going to discuss about Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory. His theories are highly controversial, but have influenced numerous other fields, such as psychology, sociology, art, and literature. In fact, there's hardly any field that has not been influenced by his theories in one way or another. For this reason, understanding his theories is essential for anyone who wishes to have a deeper understanding of human behavior and the human mind. This video will be a summary of the most important of his theories. If you wish to learn more, we recommend you to read his original work and seek further information from other sources. With that being said, let's get started. According to Freud, the human psyche or personality is composed of three parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. The ID is the primitive part of the psyche that is present at birth. It is the source of our most basic instincts and desires, and operates according to the pleasure principle. This means that the ID always seeks immediate gratification, regardless of consequences. Imagine a small child who wants to eat a cookie but doesn't know how to get it. The ID of the child will immediately start thinking about ways to get the cookie, such as crying or screaming. The second part of the psyche is the superego. Unlike the ID, the superego is not present at birth, but develops as we interact with our parents and society. It is our conscience and represents the moral standards and values that we have internalized. The superego operates according to the morality principle. This means that the superego judges our thoughts and actions based on what we believe is right and wrong. Going back to the example with the cookie, the superego of the child would tell him that it is not okay to cry or scream to get what he wants. The third part of the psyche is the ego. The ego develops after the ID and before the superego. Its main function is to mediate between the ID and the superego. The ego operates according to the reality principle. This means that the ego is capable of delaying gratification in order to meet the demands of the real world. In the example with the cookie, the ego would tell the child that while he can't scream or cry to get the cookie, he can ask nicely or even wait until his parents buy him one. Basically, the ego is the part of us that makes compromises so that we can live in reality. According to Freud, these three parts of the psyche are always interacting with each other. The ID constantly demands immediate gratification, while the superego judges our thoughts and actions based on internalized moral standards. The ego mediates between these two and helps us make decisions based on reality. Another important concept in Freudian psychology is the Oedipus complex. According to Freud, the Oedipus complex occurs during the phallic stage of psychosexual development, which usually happens between the ages of 3 to 6 years old. During this stage, children are very interested in their genitals, and they may even try to touch them. Freud believed that during this stage, children develop sexual feelings for their opposite-sex parent. In the case of boys, they develop feelings for their mother. The boy then sees his father as a rival for his mother's affection. According to Freud, this causes a lot of anxiety for the boy. Eventually, the boy resolves this conflict by identifying with his father. He realizes that his father is bigger and stronger than him, so he starts to copy his behavior. This process is called identification. Through identification, the boy incorporates his father's values and morals into his superego. As a result, the Oedipus complex is resolved. Freud also believed that defense mechanisms were an important part of the psyche. Defense mechanisms are strategies that the ego uses to protect itself from anxiety. Everyone uses defense mechanisms, but some people use them more than others. Some examples of defense mechanisms include repression, denial, projection, displacement, reaction, formation, rationalization, and psychosexual stages are another important concept in Freudian psychology. According to Freud, Everyone goes through 5 psychosexual stages throughout their childhood. These stages are the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital stages. Each stage has its own unique erogenous zone, which is the part of the body that is most sensitive during that stage. For example, the oral stage takes place during the first year of life, and the erogenous zone is, of course, the mouth. The anal stage takes place between the ages of 18 months to 3 years, and the erogenous zone is the anus. The phallic stage takes place between the ages of 3 to 6 years, and the erogenous zone is the genitals. The latency stage takes place between the ages of 6 to puberty, and there is no particular erogenous zone. Lastly, the genital stage begins at puberty, and the erogenous zone is, of course, the genitals again. According to Freud, if a child is fixated at a certain stage, then they will have certain personality traits. For example, someone who is fixated at the oral stage will be someone who is very dependent on others. Now that you have an idea of what his theories are all about, we encourage you to take a deeper look into his theories. There's a lot more to discover, and we hope that you find it both interesting and enjoyable. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.